Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us on the Noon News. I'm Jackie Coffin. A Dillon man is preparing to go to trial next month in connection with the January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol. MTN's John Amy met with the Dillon business owner to learn what motivated him to join the mob during that riot.
The man who owns this business here in Dillon is about to face a criminal trial in Washington, D.C., alleging his involvement in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. He says he has no regrets about what happened that fateful day.
I do not regret being there. I would absolutely want to be there again. That's how monumental that day was. I mean, it was the greatest time, I believe, to be alive.
Henry Hank Munzer is facing 6 charges in district court in Washington, alleging he attempted to disrupt Congress's certification of the Electoral College during a riot at the Capitol on January 6th, 2021. Charging documents allege Munzer was among the more than 2,000 rioters who illegally entered the Capitol to impede official business.
The reason why I was there is to keep Congress from committing treason, which they did anyways. So once the truth is told and the evidence for the election fraud's there, and January 6th becomes a cover, you're going to look back in history that January 6th is going to be our new 4th of July.
Munzer believes the false claim that the 2020 election was rigged.
And I really believe that Trump won by a landslide. Not only did he win, but I believe he won pretty much almost 50 states.
Video evidence and law enforcement testimony shows many rioters violently clashed with police and forced their way into the Capitol. However, Munzer claims he peacefully entered and didn't harm anyone.
I never broke through any police lines, nor would I do something like that. I know there's people that probably did. Did I actually see anyone break through a police line? No, I did not.
Well, in the end, why were you there? Did you feel you were motivated? Did anyone push you to go there? Why did you go in?
No, I was actually the one that felt led to go to D.C. because Trump put that out there, or somebody did, and the Trump administration stopped the steal.
From the art on the outside of his Dillon Appliance building on Atlantic Street, Munzer is not shy about his belief in deep state conspiracy, and he subscribes to far-right QAnon movement that believes the government is corrupt and will be overthrown. His trial in connection with the attack on the Capitol is scheduled for February 5th, and he faces possible prison time if convicted.
I don't know how this is going to turn out, nor do I care. All I care about is I'm a man of principles. I live by those principles. And if this is a sword I die on, so be it.
In Dillon, John Amy, MTN News.
Wrapping up just hours ago, an annual nationwide count of individuals experiencing homelessness. The point-in-time survey determines how much federal funding communities receive for programs to help these people. Last year, nearly $5 million was distributed here in Montana, with $260,000 going to Yellowstone County. Last night, local organizations and volunteers conducted these counts in every city and town in the United States.
The reason why this account is so important is it could bring more funding to Montana where we could expand services or bring on new services that could fix all these issues. Our community is definitely moving in the right direction. We're trying to figure out what we can do that helps the population in the best way that we can.
No official numbers have been released yet, but experts believe there are about 600 unhoused community members in Billings. Homelessness is a problem on the rise in Park County, but officials say there it's not as always easy to see. Between 2022 and 2023, the number of people experiencing homelessness in Livingston tripled. The town has a lot of people who are couch surfing or living in vehicles and RVs. Numbers from last year's point-in-time surveys show 15% of unhoused residents in Park County were between the ages of 16 to 24. 62% reported living with one or more disabling condition, and over 50% had been in the community for 10 years or longer. And a well-used bridge to get people to and from Missoula on the west side of the city has closed this morning, forcing residents to take longer alternative routes. The Maclay Bridge, which spans the Bitterroot River and connects North Avenue to Big Flat neighborhood area, was blocked off at 10 a.m. this morning due to safety and structural concerns. The closure comes after years of issues with the bridge. That includes proposals for rehabilitating the structure to rebuilding it completely. A recent inspection by the Montana Department of Transportation found the bridge can no longer carry traffic safely or reliably. Crews will place barricades at each end of the bridge today to prevent vehicle, pedestrian, and bike access. Drivers will need to find alternative routes around the closure. Now to some major sports news today. The University of Montana's all-time winningest football coach is staying in Missoula. Bobby Hauck signed a new 3-year contract yesterday on the heels of a national championship appearance. Hauck is 129 and 36 combined in 2 stints with the Grizzlies, good for the most wins in the Big Sky Conference history. His new deal keeps him at UM through January of 2027. And the state of Montana is still beaming with pride just a few days after our own Lily Gladstone received an Oscar nomination for Best Actress. The Blackfeet tribal member now inspiring a new generation of Indigenous actors, including a group of youngsters on the Crow Reservation. Q2's Andrea Lutz has more.
Lily Gladstone making history on the big screen.
That's how you are.
And her work helping feed the ambition of drama students here at Hardin High.
All the other kids a chance to look up to like a good role model. Native kids believe in themselves that they could do it.
Representation, like I didn't really think that there was like much Native actors out there, so I'm kind of glad to see one getting like a Golden Globe and all that.
It gives like a kid a chance to get out of the reservation and go do something that they never thought they would.
The Hardin Drama Club is hard at work after school each night, rehearsing for an upcoming production.
I want to see that because I'd seen the talent in a lot of these young Native American kids. The one thing I really want to see is I want to see success from them.
Director Darren Means says since Gladstone's performance in Killers of the Flower Moon, he's seen interest in drama increase.
Several people come to me and say, hey, since my kid has seen this, they want to join Drama Club. They want to be part of Drama Club now. And to me, it's like, this is exactly what I'm looking for.
He says not only is her role in a major motion picture an inspiration to his Native American students, but the movie itself is shedding light on Native American issues.
Also, the diabetes runs rampant on the reservation. I have it myself. And so to see that representation and how they handle it, like I said, it brought tears to my eyes at times.
Fresh off representing Montana in the International Thespian Festival, Hardin's Drama Club is looking ahead to its next accomplishment, putting on a production of Shadowland.
It's kind of about this woman named Eileen where she talks to her psychiatrist and feels like she's in a fever dream or something.
She doesn't really know what's going on because like she got into an accident.
How did I come out of it, Dan? Who cares? Stop obsessing over it.
A little bit of a twist at the end. She comes to find out that things are not exactly the way she expected.
But now these drama students have their sights set on a new objective than just memorizing lines and hitting those stage cues. Perhaps they too will make it to the big time, just like Montana's Lily Gladstone.
It was kind of pretty amazing seeing that there is a spot open for Native Americans in general.
In Hardin, Andrea Lutz, MTN News.
Happy Friday, everybody. TGIF as we cruise on into the weekend. Our local forecast coming up first. What's going on across the U.S.? Well, parts of the Pacific Northwest, light rain, freezing rain today. Parts of the northern New England states, heavy rain, freezing rain, moderate snow there. Central and southern Rockies, the Southwest, higher elevation snow. And the Central Gulf Coast, Appalachians and Mid-Atlantic states, excessive rainfall possible all the way through tomorrow. So definitely a chance to see more flooding down in those areas. Here locally, we're going to see for some of us a lot of sunshine today. Still a chance we could see some mountain snow. We're warmer than average. Some of us trying to get into the 60s next week. But do we have some changes in the outlook as we get into the end of next week, heading into the weekend? We'll take a look coming up.